Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Jakara. And today we're going to be working on a part of the garden that is desperately in need of some attention. So it is this section of the garden by the garage where I planted my vegetables last week. As you can see, there's like weeds everywhere, and it's just hard to move around because even in the spaces where you're supposed to move around, there's weeds. So we got to get that out of here.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly, look in my eyes.
Sorry for the quality of the video. I'm back on my iPhone. I dropped my camera last week, so my camera is out of commission. I need a new camera. So until I can afford a new one, we'll be on the iPhone. So if you want to see how I transformed this section into a neat area where I can move around, and there will be other things. I'll be going inside the garage and tidying up that space as well. So if you want to see that, then just stay tuned. So when I tell you that the weather has either been cool and rainy or warm and humid, I am not joking. It's very humid out here, which is hard for me to work outside because I have asthma and it triggers my asthma when it's super humid. So I've been trying to wait for a time where I could actually be out here and working. But I'm going to try and get as much done as I can today. Maybe tomorrow will be better. But yeah, I think the first item for me is to trim this area, and I won't bore you with that. You guys seen that 1,000 times with me trimming the yard and stuff in the patio. But I do have to do that, so I'll be back when I get it all done. Okay, so I got a lot of the stuff gone, but all the stuff that's, was in the way for the most part. My strimmer has broken. I don't know what's going on. I have to get a piece for it. It keeps getting wrapped around itself, so I can't use that. So this is as far as I'm going to be able to go today, but at least I can walk through and not have to step or jump over weeds and stuff. Now, this section over here, I need to weed because I have I have lavender under there, 2 lavender bushes, and they're being covered up by weeds. So I have to pull all this out. I did get rid of most of the weeds around my hydrangeas. This is one of my hydrangea plants, and I can see a few little buds on there, and then the other plant is over here. You can see the buds better. So hopefully I'll be able to get some more hydrangeas and put them, I want them on each side of the garage. And then here I'm probably going to plant some annuals, like, well, I planted zinnias last time and chamomile, and we'll see. I'll have to get rid of some of all this stuff I just mowed down, but yeah, I want to plant some annual flowers here, or maybe perennials. We'll see. We'll see what I can get at the hardware store. I uncovered all these weeds from this part of the garden. I'm gonna leave some of these growing up here. These are, I don't know, weeds as well. Maybe I'll cut them back a little bit, but this is one of my lavender plants that survived. This is the one that did not survive. Well, early in the spring, like April, I did see this one alive, but I see it has died for real. So I still have this one, thank God. I'm gonna plant some more over here. In fact, I want this whole section to be all lavender because this is probably one of the shadiest areas of the garden, because this tree shades this area, and then all of this brush here shades it too. So lavender doesn't like a lot of sun, and it doesn't like to be fussed with too much. So I'm not gonna mess with anything down there. Let it be. Let it be shaded as much as it can be. And then I'll get some more lavender plants for this section over here and replace the one that died. R.I.P. Anyway, now on to the next project. All right, you guys, so this is a Picket that I bought from Home Depot a few years back when I built my greenhouse. And I cut off the Picket side and just made it straight. So what I'm gonna do is cut them back into Pickets, cut them in half, and then line this bed with these green boards so that I have a border here, and that will prevent any like stepping on the flowers and things that will grow in this area. So I'm gonna start cutting them in half and making them into Pickets, and then we'll see how it turns out. So I got the first 3 in. I'm gonna have to hammer them down a little bit more into the ground, but it's getting really, really hot out here. So I'm gonna take a break. Maybe I'll come back when it cools off a little bit, but maybe I'll come back tomorrow. But this is gonna go all the way along here just to separate the pavers from the garden bed back there. So yeah, and then I have to even out these Pickets too, so they're not exactly all the same length, and they're different widths and all that stuff too, but that's okay. I'll get it together. Eventually. I can't think too straight right now because it's so hot and I need to go cool off. So see y'all later. Welcome to day 2, working on this garden and this fence that I'm trying to put around the beds close to the garage. Yesterday I was trying to do things when I was starving. I was so hungry and I was hot. It was miserable yesterday. As you can see today, I have a jacket on, so it's cooler today, thank God. I needed that relief because I don't know if I could have finished this project if it was going to be another day like yesterday. But yeah, so I wasn't doing things very smart because I was hot and I was bothered and I was hungry. But today I'm much more rested, it's not hot, and I can think straight. So I've come up with a better system on how to make this little picket fence around these beds. So let me show you that. I cut the pickets down to this size. I think that's a good size for protecting this area from like the dog jumping in the beds and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be very high. I cut off the little pointy ends because that wasn't working. Even though how hard I was like trying to hammer it into the ground, it wasn't working. So what I'm going to do is I'll flip these over because the green side is going to be the side that shows, and then I will attach this long piece here, and then I will attach a pointy picket at the ends, and in the middle so that it sticks in the ground, and then I don't have to worry about these each individual one sticking in the ground, because they'll all be attached. That is the plan. So I've cut most of the boards. I have a few more to go down there, but I think I'm going to do it in sections. That way if I have to remove a section to get to the bed, I can, and then just be a little bit more stable too. If I made it all the way down this long thing, it wouldn't be as stable. So that is what I'm going to do now. All right, you guys, I got it in. It's not exactly straight, but that's because the pavers don't go all the way down. I have to get rid of this tree trunk here. It's in the way, so once I get the pavers in, it won't lean so far out this way, and it'll be a little bit straighter. Yeah, it's still kind of leaning out a little bit, but you know, that's probably the best I'm going to be able to get it for now. Probably will paint it, but not today. I don't know. I feel like outdoor stuff, does it really need to be painted? I mean, I did paint the front of these pickets when they were on the greenhouse because I wanted to, you know, decorate the greenhouse, but I don't know, I'm feeling really lazy right now and I don't feel like doing any painting. But at least my hydrangeas, this one here and this one here, is protected. That one's a little close to the to the fence, but you know, I think it'll be okay. And then I'll just clean out all this debris that's like weeds and stuff, and then start planting what I'm gonna plant here for the summer. Some flowers, probably some zinnias, maybe some sunflowers, we'll see. I have to keep in mind that I do have bulbs in here. I have tulip bulbs and daffodil bulbs in this area too. So those usually come up in early spring, but then they die off pretty quickly. So then I'm left with this. But at least, you know, I'm gonna try to get some more hydrangea plants too. So I'll have some hydrangeas on either side of this little fence. And it looks something like that. It's not the prettiest, but we're not going for pretty, we're going for function. My next task is to clean up this garage and organize this mess that I have in here. I just have been throwing anything and everything in here. A lot of this stuff is going up in the loft here. Some of this stuff is being donated, like these books. Yeah. I would like to use this area as my woodworking shop instead of doing things outside, but I can't do anything when it looking like this. So tomorrow we will be tackling this terrible mess. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm refreshed and I'm ready to tackle this mess. I'm just trying to get it to a point where I can move around and find the things that I need to find. Eventually, I will be doing this whole garage and finishing the inside of it with like insulation and all of that, and then building like a workstation, all that. But for today, we're just gonna try to straighten up this mess. So let me get to it. I moved the cars and opened the garage door so that I can see the space, figure out where to put things. A lot of this stuff is going into the loft, so I'm gonna pull the loft stairs down and then start adding things up there. In fact, I would say 50% of this is going up in the loft, and then 50% is gonna be organized over here in this corner. So let's get to it. Okay, so everything that I wanted to put up into the loft, except for one exception, is up there, and that's this blue box, this blue bin. I can't lift that by myself. I need somebody to help me with that. So yeah, that's not going up there now. So I'm left with all like these paint cans and tools and things. And I really need to organize this stuff and then clean, because I don't know if you guys had this problem, but I have an infestation of these box elder bugs. Like, they're like red and black beetles. They're everywhere in my garden and the yard, and then somehow they got in here. I guess in the wintertime they came in here, but they tend to die off in the winter and then they come back in the spring, early summer. So I got a whole bunch of those to clean up and then just clean up this garage in general. It's a mess. So let's do that. All right, this is the progress so far. Everything's cleaned up, but I have to clean out this table and organize this stuff on this table and clean all this mess up. And I want to put this outside near my potting station, because it's a little over the ground garden bed. Is for like herbs. Like, you can grow herbs and stuff in there. You can actually start seedlings in this one as well, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just clean the stuff off of it right now and then move it outside later on. But this definitely has to be cleaned up. All right, so this is as organized as I could get it for right now. I will eventually, like I said, be making a work table, and it'll be more like a wood shop. I will be like putting insulation in the garage. I'm gonna be using these pallets to make some things. I need somebody to help me lift this big box into the loft. But otherwise, I think everything is pretty organized. I probably will buy a cabinet for like the paints and all the flammable stuff and put it in this corner. All the lumber that I had in here is organized, the paint, all the things, and the tools as well. So now I can just come in here and grab them when I need them instead of like going, where the hell is this? Where's that? Where's that? in a frenzy. So I can see everything, and then eventually I will finish this bench. If you hadn't seen the video where I started this bench, go ahead and check that out. But I do have the foam. I'm just looking for some material that I can use because I want to put this outside near the garden beds. So like a place to sit down and just enjoy the garden. But I need some all-weather material, or at least some outdoor material. This material that I have here is not good enough. So anyway, all the garden tools are over here, and all the tools are over here. So this is about as neat as I can make it for right now, but look forward to making this place a little bit more, you know, jazzed up a little bit. Not so basic. So. All right, you guys, that is it. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of a long, convoluted one, but I hope you enjoyed it still. Had these things to do and felt motivated to do them. Got them done, and so on to the next. So I'll see you next week, and I want to shout out all of those people from New York, state of New York, who are following me. Thank you so much. I did see a comment from someone there, so thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much to all my subscribers for your support. If you feel so inclined, go ahead and click the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up just to show me that you liked the video. Go ahead and comment in the comment section what you think my next project should be. Should it be the staining the deck, which I still have to do, or do you want to see me do more of the inside of the garage, or do you want me to do more interior design stuff? So I'm open to suggestions. I'm thinking about doing 2 videos a week, but you guys let me know how you feel about that. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Until I see you next time, take care.
Talk to me